What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Tangential Thoughts. I am your host, K. Hill. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new watcher tapping into me for your first time, then I hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share any content that you feel is entertaining or appeals to you or resonates with you. And so, as always, Tangential Thoughts is a guided journal that you can publish on Amazon. Feel free to tap in and tune in with that. And hopefully one day I get to meet up with you, take some Polaroids, we can swap books, we can sign each other's books and have a nice little session. So I am going to go ahead and jump into this. So today I finally finished reading more from the Archeo deck, so we're adding that to the spread. So now we got 2 original tarot decks, and then we have 2 oracle decks. And so I'm super excited to pull from this deck. I shuffled a little bit. Right now I got the crystal on it, cleansing it. We're outside here, so I'm super excited to go ahead and add that to the mix as well. So, as always, let's go ahead and tap in with the OG deck and see what energy wants to come out. Alright, Spirit, what is the advice and what is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice and what is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice, Spirit? What is the energy we should be embodying? First card is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Usually, this is a court card, could represent a person moving very fast, and this person usually doesn't care about, they just charge forward with their ideas and morals and virtues. So this is very fast moving energy, and swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And so this coming out in reverse, this could represent, instead of quick, fast, in a hurry, it's maybe at a standstill, maybe at a halt. But we're gonna add some clarifiers, see what comes out with that. Some Knight of Swords is out here. Thank you, Spirit. What is the advice and what is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice and what is the energy we should be embodying? 4 of Wands is now also coming out in reverse. So this 4 of Wands, usually upright, is that happy home situation, and something worth celebrating. And things, being in alignment, you see the 4 of Wands are up and both are parallel. There's no leaning or anything like that. They're both in alignment here. So in reverse, could represent some type of instability here. And so Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, and generally refers to what are you creating and projects and what are you working on. So that's coming up in this current energy. Let's get one more. Spirit, what is the advice for today? And what is the energy should be embodying? Now the last card coming out, this is another Knight here. This is the Knight of Cups coming out upright. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this usually refers to relationships or emotions. So could represent a person, or if not, this is energy that we need to embody going forward. I think as you kind of tell that we're all in this heart-based movement, and so making more decisions based off your heart and not so much in your head. See, Wands was coming out in reverse, so getting out of the mental space. I mean, the swords is air energy, and that's mental headspace. Getting out of that, Cups moving into this heart-based energy. All right, thank you, Spirit. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune, and so usually this could represent there's always good fortune. There's also misfortune. It depends on where you're at and on this wheel here. So good thing, just if we're trying to stay in a positive mindset, it's coming out upright. And generally, if you're talking about that karma, you can receive karma on that downswing or that upswing. And so generally, you kind of want to stay in that middle so you have control over everything. So let's move to the shadow deck. I see 541 on the timer. All right, Spirit, what is the energy and what is the advice for today? What is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice? What is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice? What is the energy, Spirit? What is the advice? Alright, so why is the Knight of Swords here? Star card, and this is also coming out in reverse as well, and that's coming out underneath this Knight of Swords. So Star, let's see, what else is right here? And this is also Ten of Pentacles. This is also Ten of Pentacles coming out as well. Pentacles is Earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So this looks like, especially coming from past energy, moving forward, this is all coming from that past energy, and you see it's a lot, everything is in reverse. And so just moving from this instability here and moving from this headspace, because it's also, you know, where you're at mentally can also dictate what's going on physically. And so this coming out of reverse, getting out of this mental headspace so that we can fix up and clean up our Ten of Pentacles here. You know, Ten of Pentacles is that's where you want to be at. 10 is that completion, that new start, new beginning with material gain and wealth here. So let's move towards this current energy. Why is the Four of Wands here? Spirit, what is the energy we should be embodying? What is the advice? Why is the Four of Wands here? Queen of Swords. Another court card, could represent a person, but more air energy. You see air energy is popping up here. We have that Knight of Swords. Remember, with the Knight of Swords acts in their best interest to defend any ideas, morals, virtues. Now we got the Queen of Swords, more air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is more air energy popping up, and Queen of Swords, you see, she's pointing out and like, yo, this is what has to happen. This is what's going on. This is more air energy, and so this is coming out in reverse as well. And so if I'm even trying to relate it to my own personal life and things going on, a lot of the communications that I may get, especially if I'm not liking it or anything like that, I'm sifting through it, and I'm putting people in a space of, you know what I'm saying? Because when people are coming to me with communication, I'm putting them back in the space of, okay, how genuine is your interaction? How genuine is your communication right now? And if I respond a certain way, or if I respond in a way that you don't want right now, what is that going to elicit? What does that leave us at? And so putting people in that's the space that I've been in. Instead of putting too much air energy out, what's coming to me, and cutting all of that down. And that's also coming up under this Four of Wands. That's coming up underneath this Four of Wands in reverse. So a lot of people trying to, all this air energy coming in to infiltrate what you're building and manifesting here. You gotta be very careful of that. And then so let's move to this next one here, this Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups. What is the advice and what is the energy we should be embodying? Queen of Pentacles. Now, starting to make some connections here, because this is what's coming up and moving forward. So, notice here in reverse, all of this is reverse. All of this is also in reverse. But towards the end here, Knight of Cups, also coming out with this Queen of Pentacles. So more Pentacles is popping up here. So we have, see a lot of air, Pentacles, Pentacles. And then at the bottom of the deck here is, this is the Two of Cups in reverse here. And so usually upright could represent a relationship, connecting with someone, and balance and duality within that. And so coming up in reverse here, maybe it's going to be like a clear-cut decision. You know what I'm saying? If you're on that top of the wheel and you're receiving good karma, because karma, you can receive good and bad karma. It just depends on what's coming out here, and it depends on where you're at in your space. But with that Wheel of Fortune, and then this coming out here, maybe it's not going to be, maybe with where we're carrying things, there's going to be a clear-cut decision here. No Two of Cups, no back and forth, no, you know what I'm saying, decision making off that type like that. It's, even with this Queen of Pentacles, you see she's holding on to that one pentacle. And so it's things like that can, she's holding on to this one pentacle, yeah. You got that Knight of Cups, there's one pentacle holding on to that right there. And then we're not going to be juggling. There's going to be this clear-cut decision that we can make coming forward. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your energy. All right, so let's move. I see 12-12 on the timer. Look at that. 12-12. We're going to move to the love section. And remember, as always with this one, we have past energy, what needs to be let go of. Current energy, what needs to be kept, and the last one is what needs to be learned. The first two I read intuitively, the last one I read from the book. Okay, so Spirit, what is the advice and what is the energy you should be embodying? So first one, what needs to be let go of? What energy needs to be let go of? Thank you. What energy needs to be let go of? The Priest. First card that needs to be let go of is the Priest. The Priest is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. That's coming out over here with this first section. And so that first section, to be honest, kind of confused me. I wasn't sure of the complete message trying to come from that. But it was coming up in that past position. And now with this Priest card coming out with it as well. Priest, the Star, and Ten of Pentacles, all that's in reverse though. The way I'm kind of going to interpret that is that almost like a shutdown type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Knight of Swords in reverse, shutdown. The Star in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And that being clarified by the Priest, that kind of almost screams like judgment being called in a sense to me on why that past situation is being shut down. What is the energy that needs to be kept? 8 is the Flirt. 8 is that cyclic number. So continue to, well, maybe with that Queen of Swords being in reverse, and now with the 8 and the Flirt coming out, maybe I'm getting at a point where maybe because The reason I've been carrying things a certain way is so I can see who's really rocking with me, who's not. And now I'm at this space where I've cleaned up a lot. I've blocked a lot of people. Deleted a lot. Soon as somebody says something, all right, boom. You know what I'm saying? All right, boom. And so maybe with that, both of those, that right there, and then maybe the flirt coming out as what needs to be kept, maybe I can keep this up and do this a little more playful. Maybe I've cleaned up. And I do feel like I've cleaned up most of the negative or toxic energy or bad, or you know what I'm saying, any of that negative, toxic, calming energy. I think I've cleared up a lot of it. All right. Maybe possibly some still more to be here. So let's see this last one, Knight of Cups with this Queen of Pentacles. I'm definitely curious to see as to more insight for who this is or energy coming up, so I can maintain that, because that looks. I mean, it's a Knight of Cups, but you know what I'm saying? That's somebody who's gonna move based off of emotion, but it's like, yo, this is what I want to do, and at least it's gonna be in an emotional state, like, and then that being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles shows that it's some stability behind that. So, what is the advice and energy? So, got the Sage. 4 plus 3 is the Sage. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is perfected number. And then the Liberator. 2 plus 7, that's 9. And this one's the Liberator. I want to read the Sage. And then we'll move to the Archeo. The Sage. All right, the Sage. Listen well, as you are being given the help and knowledge you require. It's just not in the form you are seeking. Also, open yourself to your inner sage, as here also lays the way best attuned to your most authentic path forward. Man, I tell you, I've been in such a space, like even right now, I'm outside doing this, and it's like I could be preparing to teach a class tomorrow type of thing. And it's like at the end of all my days, I've just been in a space of, man, how did I get here? Why am I right here right now? And man, and it's like I'm just following those urges and nudges. And man, I tell you, you may find great benefit in taking time out for yourself, retreating from a situation, or even going on a holiday or short trip. I don't know how long this trip is, but I'm here. The Sage retreats to a place where they can absorb the learnings made on journeys undertaken. I've definitely been picking up some little tidbits and things like that I can push back out to people. And so I'm waiting to my 1 week mark. And once I get to my 1 week mark of being homeless, then I'll give out some pointers and tips. They are ready for the seekers who will open their hearts and minds to the possibilities that come from a willingness to live the truth. And then they have a question here. Who or what can you turn to for advice, and why do you honor their wisdom? So right now, and going along with following along the path and on the spiritual journey of ascension, right now it asks this question: who or what can you turn to for advice, and why do you honor their wisdom? Today, I noticed it was a lady, and she I peeped this scene. I kind of popped. I'm like, I started a conversation with her, but it turns out she been living on her car for almost 2 years now. And I'm like, yo, and she be doing the stuff on TikTok and this and that. And she's an older woman, you know what I'm saying, per se. And I say, yo, I want to sit down, have a conversation with you. Teach me something. Show me the ropes. How you been doing this thing? How you been making it work? What's been going on with you? You know what I'm saying? She over here, she doing stuff on TikTok and stuff. I'm like, yo, like, she got it, yo. So that's somebody who I'm going to turn to and learn from. That's somebody I'm turning to and learning from, because she's further along a path that I'm just now starting, and so I can definitely learn something from her, how she's making it work. All right, dun dun dun. Dang, I definitely got to give my timestamps as I went along through this. Anyway, what's this timestamp? 21, hey, 21:11 on the timer. Where's Bailee girl? Bailee girl right there, knocked out. All right, nice to meet you here. Okay, so with this last spread here, the way that the book kind of spread it out was you're going to pull 9 cards. First 3 you're going to pull out and read, so I'm going to pull those over top of the shadow deck, see what message comes from that. And then outside of that, the other 6 around are influencers, as in, and then you can look at them and say, hey, what's missing, what am I afraid of, or what's coming up, type of thing. So this is my first time doing it with this deck, and I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and jump in and let's see what cards come out. This is my first time pulling this one. First time with the Archeo deck. Alright, what is the advice? What is the energy you should be providing? Let me check the time on that. Oh, alright, first card coming out. First card coming out is the Lion. First card coming out is the Lion. Next one is the Wolf. Next one is the Wolf. And I'm gonna pull one more and then give a good message from this. A Lion, the Wolf. Now the Wolf has definitely been something I've been resonating with, and I think that may have been one of the last archetypes to read, and I understand and I relate to it, especially with the path that I'm on now. One more. Now this last one that just came out was this demon. So these are the 3 here. These are the 3 that just came out. It went from Lion, Wolf, and Demon. Now, for my reading, the Lion acts as a protector, as a humble beast that's always there to protect you. The Wolf is, in a sense, the Wolf is more like survival tactics. And that's one thing I've definitely been noticing. Like, when you're homeless, especially when you start to get low on resources, you don't make as many moves. You stay put in one spot for a bit, and then you kind of, like, your decisions and your actions are based on survival. So it's like when you go make a move, it's I'm about to go do this for some water. I'm about to go do this for some food. It's like you make survival tactics and things like that. Now this last one is the Demon. And so what I can kind of remember from my reading with this one, I'm gonna have to go back and check again. But the Demon, you see how here, like, he looks kind of silly. He looks kind of silly. But you know, of course, with the Demon being those temptations and those weaknesses, it can bring light to that, but you gotta find a certain way to use those your temptations and your weaknesses. There's ways to spin it. And so that was that first 3. That was the only one that kind of just threw me off a little bit, but I can definitely tap back in and see. There's the lion. Where was the demon at? Demon was one I read earlier. Those were the first ones I read for sure. Yeah. So I even made a couple notes on it as well as I was reading. And so quick notes was be aware of temptations, triggers, addictions, fascinations. Yeah, it's about being aware of that. Being aware of addictions, temptations, triggers. Um, be aware of vices. Yeah. And so, definitely been in a space where, and remember, before this, a lot was coming out in the spread was air energy. We had that Knight of Swords, we had the Queen of Swords. A lot of that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of mental, a lot of communication, thinking, a lot of that stuff. And so that's something that definitely I needed to, like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody can say something to you and it may bother you or it may not. Whether it do or does, there's a reason behind it. If something does bother you, you should figure out why. You know what I'm saying? And look to the truth of it. Look to the truth of the matter. Like today I got called out of my name and it didn't bother me. But coming from this person at a different point in time, I might have took it a little heavier. So these are what's coming up right now. And so what I'm pulling from it is, as long as I'm being aware of those temptations, those vices, and those triggers, still taking my time about how I'm acting, how I'm also reacting, because that's been another thing coming up a lot lately. Somebody saying they're doing something, and then, oh, here's reaction to it, here's reaction. So less reactive and move in more of a survival head state, but always being protected regardless. So you pull those three, and then the 6, I'm just gonna do 6 outside. Now these 6 outside, what popped up is the warrior, the strategist, intimate, reflector, the poet, and Mobius. And these are the ones influencing. These are what's really influencing or affecting the middle, okay? And so, so what's sticking out in a sense of, you see like the warrior right here over top of the lion, and then underneath that was the reflector. These are the 3 kind of popping out here in this row. That warrior and that lion is a lot of, both of these talk about a necessary force within you that you have, that's at your will and at your disposal, but you don't always have to, you know what I'm saying, spread. It just depends. And then with that reflector is about truth. As good as it may seem, as ugly as it may seem, reflector is about truth and just being able to stand within that. Strategist coming out right on top of that wolf, definitely they both line up. Strategist is about seeing all the possible outcomes, and that wolf surveys the terrain and knows when is it best to move in a certain way and direction. And then you also got this poet, and that's definitely something I've been tapping into. I kind of like let that go recently. Kind of like let writing in a sense, go. I think I'm gonna find some time and space to incorporate it back into my daily. I've been journaling, but there's more I need to add to for my book. Now these last two, on this last row, we got the intimate card, demon, and then Mobius. Mobius talks about eternity and being present. Intimate is about basically what I wrote down for the intimate card. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Whatever's going to help you sleep at night. I don't know if it's a certain way to think, if it's going to be a certain touch from somebody, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever's going to help you sleep at night. But then that's also coming out with the demon card here. But remember, the demon was about triggers, vices, temptations, addictions, any of that. Now, this is also coming out all underneath that Knight of Cups, that person moving with that emotion, making that emotional offer. That Queen of Pentacles making this a really stable connection, and, but you know what I'm saying, with this right here, whoever this Knight of Cups is, will help you sleep at night, you know what I'm saying? Might be really tempting, might be really addicting, but it's something stable. It's gonna be something stable for that you want to keep in your life here, and being present in the moment, each moment, making each moment feel immortal and eternal, capturing those moments. So that's what I got from there. I like that. I like this, yo. I like this. Welcome, Archeo, to this spread. So, another reason I think you kind of said, when I first mentioned it, the reason I also was interested in this was because it has 2 blank tarot cards in here. And I kind of already, and it gives you some advice about how you want to kind of go about it, and the third boom, boom. I already know what I kind of want to do with this when I'm on, at least on one of the cards. Of course, you gotta give it a name, you gotta give it its archetype and all that other stuff, but it kind of encourages you to do a collage, and then you can help, you know what I'm saying, mix together what you want to do on this. You already know on my first one, it's definitely, I'm gonna put a Polaroid up here. I'm gonna put a cigar band up here. You gotta do some paint, gotta do some Sharpie and marker light. That's so many multi-mediums right there, and I can't wait to pull that card out. Boy, that's gonna be a boss card to pull out. It's gonna be a boss card to pull out. I can't wait. I might call it boss. Or entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? That's an archetype. That's a mindset, that's a skill, that's an ability that people need to step into and embody. That shit fires. You know what I'm saying? It's on the spot. Excuse my language. Thank you. Ashay. Thank you. That got me excited, yo. It's stuff like that. Noticing what gets you excited, what gets you happy. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's fire to me. So I'm definitely gonna be taking my time for the next few days to figure out what I want. What type of card do I want on this Jane? How do I want this Jane to look? All right. Thank you. All right. Put these back in. I like these cards, yo. And I'm so happy that I actually took the time to read through the book, because it was like I was able to, for the most part, like from the Rose Oracle. So I need to go back and actually read that as well. So, because like from the Rose Oracle, I'm still reading from that, but I kind of like it like that. So we'll see. But I probably need to. I'm gonna learn this one really good first. I'm gonna learn this one really good first, because that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. Archetype, Archeo. Thank you for your time, energy, and patience. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this spread and the read as much as I did, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I am open to advice and learning and growing as well. So if you ever have any feedback, I would definitely appreciate it, and I definitely will take it into consideration. And usually, if there is any viewers at the end, if they have any questions, I usually do a spread for them as well, just to give them some advice and energy. Alright. So, again, this has been another episode of Tangential Thoughts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you the best. Tap back, tune in. Watch as we grow. Thank you.